Glory be to God. My name is Rashad Johnson. I'm making this video because the video that you're about to witness is a past event. Today's date is October 24th, 2025. The videos that you're witnessing at this moment is in 2024. Now, my journey started in 2016, which I do have a testimony series if you would like to know more about me and where I came from and giving my life over to the Lord and why God chose me. And when I say He chose me to document my journey with my wife. During this journey, God done blessed me. He done taught me. I done learned how to cast out demons. I learned how to be righteous. I learned how to love. I learned how to become a new person through the Word of God. But when it comes to my wife, God had us go through trials and tribulations to build me up. I had to go through some spiritual warfare. I had videos that dates back to 2019 with me and my wife when we got married. And the first year we was married. And the spiritual warfare attacks happened that suddenly, where I noticed a lot of the stuff that I'm going through is not normal. It didn't make sense. There was no logic. There was lies and manipulation and deceivingness coming from my wife. A woman that loved God, that worked at the church, that was prayer lines and Bible study, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I was already gave my life to the Lord. Me and my wife, before we got married, we didn't have sex. We didn't live with each other until we moved in. So I was following the instructions that my God, Lord, Christ gave me from a previous marriage before my wife that I'm with right now. But what y'all gonna witness in these videos is how I overcame, how I been doing the will of God. There is video, actual footage of arguments of me and my wife and her acting out in spiritual warfare, attacking me. But a lot of my videos is just me talking to you over the phone, giving you a rundown of a spiritual argument that I just had. Now, I didn't want to post my life over to social media and Facebook, but God was putting this on my spirit to do. And I fought with God. I didn't want to do this because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. And like I said, I didn't want people in my personal life. But come to find out, and when I realized this is bigger than me and my wife, this is bigger than me and my wife. It's for everybody out there that's watching these videos that God done guided to watch these videos. It's just a lot of my videos may not even be talking about my wife. I done had spiritual arguments with being attacked by the enemy with co-workers that I really did have relationships with, that I truly loved. My children, my siblings, my sisters, my father, my mother. I've been attacked from all angles, from my finances, my name being slurred. I done had curses put on me. And God had to teach me how to fight spiritually. I had to learn how to rebuke and bind, declare, decree and declare. I had to learn how to recognize these demons and their tactics and how they fight. What causes a person to allow the demon into to controlling them? The Bible's crystal clear. I do back up a lot what I say with the Bible verses in the videos. This is not about, let me show you my life in drama. This is showing you how God is maneuvering and how great our God is. He used me and my family, but he mainly used me to do his will, which is my purpose. Even though today, October 24th, 2025, my story is not done. My wife and I are in a divine separation where God had to separate us to correct things to get me and my wife equally yoked. And she been through some things. I haven't spoken to her, but you will see how God brings us back together. You just got to watch the videos in order. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. This is not a quick story. This is a teaching moment. God tells me what to say, what to put. He done use prophets to reach out to me and tell me what's going on with my wife or what to expect, how to fight the enemy. Like it was people that I was underneath that went on the journey before me that is giving me the wording to understand what I'm going through and how to fight the enemy. But when you watch these videos, you will see the miracles, you will see the breakthroughs, you will see things that I said that took place with me that God told me this is not going to stand, and it did not stand. A lot of y'all may be going through spiritual warfare and don't even know it. A lot of y'all may be separated from your spouses and your loved ones, or you may not be talking to your loved ones or your mothers or your fathers or co-workers, and you think that it's just normal. No, you're being attacked. This is spiritual warfare. I talk about everything. And like I said, I use the biblical Bible verses to back up everything I'm saying. So I'm not going to make this too long. Continue to watch these videos in order. They are numbered from episode 1 to episode 300 and whatever. But watch how the story plays out. And like I said, if you want to reach me, my email is in the description. If you want to know more about me and my journey, go look up my testimony series. I love y'all, and I'm out. March 23rd, 2024. The enemy's starting up again. But I know what I need to do, right? So what the enemy likes to do is manipulate, control, try to make my life miserable. So so yesterday, my wife goes out to LA, and I text her and tell her, you're like Sharon Stone in the movie Casino. That's all I said. I didn't say anything else. Pretty much I'm referencing how the woman in Casino did whatever she wanted to do, and Al Pacino, who loved her, could never get her heart. And, on top of that, she was still involved with her ex. So once I send that text without no content, here she go calling, right? Now, before I sent that text, I was trying to talk to her, and she was making it seem like I'm bothering her. Her tone was messed up. I didn't like her tone, especially me asking her about getting home, traffic. I just want to make sure my wife gets back and forth when she travels to LA safely. And I like to know when she leaves so I could track by the time she gets back out to Riverside, because I'm going to be at work. But, you know, me saying or asking was too much, right? Because it's not normal for a husband to know when his wife is leaving somewhere far and want to make sure she gets back on time. Because when you communicate and tell someone, hey, let me know when you make it home, it don't happen, right? So, okay, cool. So then when I send her that text, she's blowing up my phone. I'm talking about 8, 9, 10 calls in a row. I'm not answering, but I do hit her with I'm on the phone with my friend, because, you know, it ain't normal it's normal for a spouse, your husband, your wife, to call their spouse and get put to the back burner with a friend talking because you're talking to a friend. Nah. What's normal is when your spouse calls you, you pick up the phone. You don't put them off and say, I'm gonna call them back. You either click over and say, hey, I'm on this phone call. Can I call you back? Or, yeah, what's going on? Right. So she don't call me. She's calling, I'm not answering, I'm not responding. I call her back probably. I try to call. I called, but I knew I was blocked. But I called just to see if I was blocked, because, you know, I could see the cameras in the house, and she comes through the door and she pushes the camera up to the ceiling so nobody can see. So I can't see her activity in the house. But it ain't just for her. It's for the children. It's for anything that goes on in that house. It's a reason why we got a camera in the house that we agreed on, right? So now I try to call her and I'm blocked. I try to call from a work phone, blocked. Star 67, blocked. Okay, here we go. Here go the enemy once again, right? Controlling her. So I don't come home. I don't talk to her. I don't say nothing. She sleep. I go to sleep. I wake up. I see her in the morning. I said, because we were supposed to be doing something today and next week, and we had a couple events that we were supposed to go to. Now, in the text message, because she did send a text message yesterday, she tells me, we're not gonna go nowhere. I'm done. I'm over you. All because I said you remind me of Sharon Stone, right? So now we're not going to none of these events. I just spent some money to get a cocktail jacket for this upscale birthday that's supposed to be going on next weekend. We have Easter stuff that we were supposed to be doing. We were supposed to be going out to some event today, and then my second cousin passed away. Her viewing is next week, but now all of a sudden she don't want to do anything. Okay, so yeah, so this morning when I got up and I seen her, I came up to her, smacked her on her butt, gave her a kiss, said good morning. She said good morning back. Here I am thinking, okay, maybe she's back to her regular self. Why? Because I didn't feed the enemy any energy. So now I'm like, but I'm not sure. She had a couple packages because she told me in the text yesterday, the dress that she got, send it back because I don't want it because we're not going nowhere. This is not even normal. So what's making you not want to leave? What's making you not want to hang out? Because I said you remind me of Sharon Stone. It could have been a good thing, could have been a bad thing. I didn't add no context to it. Why? Because I didn't answer my phone when I normally answer my phone? Is that why you mad? So I see the packages still on the table. So I said, okay, I'm going to find out where her mind is at. So I bring the packages upstairs. She opens one package, but she don't open the dress package. I said, why you ain't opening the dress package? Here she go with the ignore. She's gonna ignore me, right? Okay, that's fine. That's cool. You ignore me. So then I get to talking about why are we not going nowhere? You know why. No, I don't know why. Tell me why. What did I do? Is it because I didn't answer the phone? Nope, I'm not mad because you didn't answer the phone. I said, what? What is it? Because I said, you Sharon Stone? She don't say nothing. I said, okay. I said, so then I get to talking about double-minded. And then she said she's the enemy, that's why. There you go, bringing up the enemy. I ain't bring up the enemy one time, but since you want to go there, let me go ahead and tell you, I can't trust you. This is why I can't trust you, because I don't know who I'm going to get from day to day. I don't know what you're going to do from day to day, right? For us not to be going out with no real excuses, and you're not telling me exactly what I done did to you to make you say you're done with me and you don't want to go nowhere with me, but these is plans that you done made. But I done spent money that we could have used towards some other stuff, like bills that the enemy likes to bring up. That money could have went towards a bill. But now she's on some dumb stuff again, right? So I tell her now, I'm talking to her, but I'm talking to the enemy. You know, I'm telling the enemy, you're mad because I know that you like to be controlling and narcissist type of spirit, and you know, you want to try to make my life miserable and you want me to bow down the knee. But guess what? I put God first before my wife, before my children. So whatever you're trying to do ain't gonna hurt me. I don't live for this world. I live for the kingdom. I tell the enemy my name. You know me. Tell whoever it ain't working, because I know how to combat you. I'm not gonna allow you to take my energy. I'm not gonna get mad. I know you're gonna try to get extreme now. You're gonna try to up it another level just to try to hurt me and my family. But so I have this talk with her. I go back downstairs. I come back up. I thought to myself, I said, I'm going to go back up there and tell her this last thing. I said, when you act like this, when you're being controlled by the enemy, don't request anything from me. Don't ask me to cook anything, clean anything, help you out with the kids unless I choose to when it comes to the kids. Don't tell me to do anything. I'm on vacation. When you act like this, I'm going to go on vacation. You ain't going to talk to me anyway. You ain't going to want to interact with me. But don't tell me, don't request, don't do anything. If you want to be like this, cool. Don't tell me to take the kids in the morning. Nothing. I don't want to have nothing that you could try to control me. I'm not going to give you none of that controlling this. Now, the enemy sees that he can't control me, right? So now they're going to go extreme, which I already knew. So I go back in the garage. Here she go telling me, so you ain't going to change no diapers? I didn't say I wasn't. I said I'm only going to do it if I feel I need to. Now, I'm not going to let my girls walk around with a poop butt, booty burning, and I see it, and I'm not going to do anything. But anything else, nah, don't ask me to do anything. If they come to me and say, Daddy, I want something to eat, I ain't going to say, go let your mama get you something to eat. I'll make them something to eat. But I'm not going to bow down to this enemy when she gets to acting like this. So now I tell her, you know what? This cool. We ain't going out. I'll go get me something to eat later on. Something to eat costs like $10, maybe $10. And it ain't even later on. I may not even go get me nothing to eat. But you know what she tells me? Well, I'm going to go ahead and mess up the rent money. I'm going to go ahead and mess the rent money up now. It's my money. It's in my account. That's the enemy being extreme. I didn't say anything about I'm about to spend all this money since we ain't going. I said, okay, cool. Since we ain't going out, I'll make sure I get me something to eat. But her reply is, I'm going to buy whatever I want to buy and take away from the rent money. This is how the enemy does, and he messes up our finances. This is why I'm constantly trying to get us out of debt. Not because of my ways or frivolous spending or, I'm buying things that takes away from our family. It's what she does when the enemy uses her. Don't communicate. Spend money touch money that should not be touched. Don't communicate while you're touching it. This is why it's always a constant issue. All I could really do is transfer the money to my account. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to transfer most of the money into my account. And then she's going to try to lock me out of her account. This is the stuff that I got to deal with when you go through spiritual fights. And I'm going to try to have her record herself saying what she's about to do. All this is for what reason? All this is for what? It don't make no sense. Now she's lingering. I'm in the garage, and she's lingering in the garage now. She calls herself cleaning up, I guess, tidying up her spaces, but now she wants to talk. Now she's talking. She's talking. What we doing with the rent money?
We're paying the rent.
We're going to pay the rent? Okay, cool.
That was what we were supposed to do this whole time, right? That's
Okay,
what
cool.
Responsible people do, right?
Okay, cool. No, it's not. You said something else in the garage.